The man at the center of a 29-hour standoff in September in Gering has had his latest court appearance pushed back. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Plat Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Plat Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, court proceedings have been pushed back for the man who held officers at bay for nearly 29 hours during a standoff involving hostages in Gering in September. Bradley Garcia was scheduled for a pretrial hearing on 15 felony charges yesterday, including first-degree false imprisonment, attempted first-degree assault on an officer, and use of a firearm to commit a felony. The standoff started immediately at the end of a pursuit when the suspect vehicle crashed into the garage of a home on 19th Street in Gering, leading to a law enforcement response from local agencies as well as the Nebraska State Patrol and FBI out of Quantico, Virginia. Garcia's attorney from the Nebraska Commission on Public Advocacy in his filing said they are still in the discovery phase and were approved the request for a March 20th pretrial hearing date. Sticking with the courts now, as failure to shovel snow from the sidewalk results in criminal charges for a Scottsbluff man. Officers were alerted that 50-year-old Tony McBride was sending threatening text messages, and he later called the police department to verbally berate an officer. When officers arrived on scene to his home on Avenue F, they tried to cite him for the uncleared sidewalk. McBride threatened to kill one of the officers and spat in another officer's face. On Wednesday, he was arraigned on charges including terroristic threats, assaulting an officer with a bodily fluid, resisting arrest, and disturbing the peace. And a Nebraska state lawmaker has announced that she will be running for Congress. Carol Blood of Bellevue announced her bid to represent Nebraska's Congressional District 1 will begin with a kickoff event on Saturday. The Democrat says her platform will focus on uniting District 1, which includes Lincoln, Norfolk, Fremont, Papillion, and part of Bellevue. That is why Blood designed her campaign logo to have 12 stars, with a star representing each of the 12 counties in the district. Blood will face Republican incumbent U.S. Senator Mike Flood, who's seeking a second term after winning a special election and general election in 2022. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Plat Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Welcome back. It has been 1 year since Pete Rickets was appointed to fill U.S. Senator Ben Sass's vacant seat, and this week the former governor released a video highlighting his first year in the U.S. Senate.
We got the best place in the world, Nebraska, and as governor, we had a great team. We had so many people that worked hard to be able to do a great job for the people of Nebraska, and we put in a lot of great policy. So I'm excited about taking those same things we did in Nebraska, bringing them to Washington, really doing our part to help fix the problems around here. You know, I say all the time, Nebraska is what America is supposed to be. We need to do our part as Nebraskans to show that leadership here in Washington to help fix these problems in our nation's capital. When I'm back in Nebraska and I'm talking to Nebraskans, the things they talk to me about that are impacting their lives are the things that we see really across the country, which is this administration, the Biden administration's failed policies, the reckless spending that's driven inflation, and that makes a big difference on people's lives. The spending is just out of control. Our budget's up 40% over the last 4 years. It's just unreasonable. And so that's what the primary thing people are talking to me about. The second biggest thing is the humanitarian and national security crisis at our southern border. We have literally now gotten to the point where there are 10,000, 11,000, even 12,000 people coming across the border on one day, not to mention the amount of legal drugs coming across the border like fentanyl, which is the leading cause of death of 18 to 45-year-olds in this country. As we've thought about what our legislative agenda would be, we really reflected back on, well, what did we do in Nebraska that was really successful? And really draw from those lessons to bring to Washington, D.C.
U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts is headed to D.C. today to introduce a new bill originating from a program that was started right here in Nebraska.
Our SNAP Next Step Act, which was our way to be able to help families on food stamps get better jobs, to reduce or eliminate their need for food stamps. We also looked at some of the things we're doing with regard to the Flex Fuel Fairness Act to be able to help biofuels that benefit Nebraska so greatly benefit the rest of the country.
Senator Pete Ricketts says EVs might not be the best option for all Nebraskans. Instead, he wants vehicles that run on higher ethanol blends to be considered an option in light of more strict rules on emissions.
Also things like tax relief for our military veterans, how we exempted the taxes on their retirement benefits, to Social Security taxes, exempting the tax on that in the state of Nebraska as well. So it was those things that we did in Nebraska that were very successful that we brought to Washington. One of the other things we wanted to do was outstanding constituent services. Really do a great job on customer service. And that's one of the things we've really set as a goal for our team and really focused on. And I gotta tell you, I'm really proud of the team. We have done some wonderful things for Nebraskans. So if you're having trouble with the IRS or Veterans Affairs or the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, or whatever it is, whatever federal agency is, we can intervene. I want to be the senator from Nebraska to be able to help Nebraskans. We have the best place in the world, Nebraska. And I believe the country can benefit from the things we do in Nebraska. Nebraska is what America is supposed to be. So if we can take the things that we've done really well in Nebraska and bring them to Washington so that other states can benefit from them, that's going to help us out as Nebraskans and help the entire country.
Are new windows from Renewal by Andersen a great investment? You're darn right they are. Did you know that for less than your cable bill or cell phone bill each month, you could have new windows from Renewal by Andersen right now? Do the math. Renewal by Andersen windows will likely cut your energy bills significantly. They will likely substantially increase the value of your home. They're a great investment. Please contact our team now and ask about our fantastic financing options with approved credit right now. Renewal by Andersen, a great investment? You're darn right.
Now the latest from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint. You're driving home our reputation.
We've got basketball and plenty of it coming up over the next 3 days. We'll start with the Western Conference tournaments. Clearly a major shift this year with the 3-day event being moved from the opening weekend of the season to now here in late January. 8 schools, 16 combined girls and boys teams. Games today at Scottsbluff, Gearing, and Mitchell High Schools. Let's now look at that girls bracket where the undefeated Sydney Lady Raiders, the easy call for the top seed, with Scottsbluff sliding into that 2-seed spot. Shadron Gearing looking like a very competitive round 1 game tonight at Scottsbluff High. You can watch that Gearing girls contest on the Scottsbluff Huddle channel. We'll carry the Scottsbluff Sterling game on 107.3 The Trail. That'll start with pregame at 3:45 this afternoon from Mitchell High. Tip at 4. Sterling back as usual, plus North Plat added to the field this season. The boys bracket also has Sydney as the 1 seed. They just lost their first game of the season this past weekend to Yuma, Colorado. Scottsbluff, the 2 seed. They'll open tonight with Mitchell. We'll have that on 107.3 The Trail with Jeff Kelly. tip-off scheduled for 7 o'clock. It's Gering Shadron in the 3-6 game for the third time this season already, and I'll have that one as the second of a back-to-back at Mitchell High. KMOR 93.3 with tip for the Gering boys against Shadron at 5:30. Sterling, they've had plenty of success over the years in this tournament. They'll match up tonight with North Plat in round 1. Games tomorrow will be played at either Scottsbluff or Gering high schools, and then on Saturday we're going to have Rural Radio Network coverage for the 2 third-place games and both championship games. Those 4 games will be played at Cougar Palace, and you can watch all 4 on our old school KNEB.TV YouTube channel. More hoops in town this weekend with the WNCC Cougars hosting McCook Community College. That'll be tomorrow night at Cougar Palace. WNCC off a pair of hard-fought road wins against North Platte Community College on Tuesday night. Chuck Schwartz will have the games tomorrow night on KOLT 690, 101.7. That'll start with pregame at 5:15. Of course, the women will tip first at 5:30. That's the latest today from right here from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
At Plat Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Plat Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Plat Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the magic of live performing arts continues at the Midwest Theater tonight with the 3 Redneck tenors a new breed in the tenor genre. Theater director Tina Worthman tells KNB News the show is like the blue-collar comedy tour meets Carnegie Hall.
And then the three Redneck tenors are classically trained vocalists, musicians, and they add a whole bunch of really amazing comedy to their musical talents. So it should be a fun, interactive, great show that should be a lot of fun. It's going to be after the cold weather we've had, and it's going to be nice this week, and people can come out and have a good time and, you know, laugh, have fun, make January a little bit happier.
Showtime is 7 p.m. tonight, and cost is $40 for non-members and $35 for members. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.